Hello, friends. Today we're going to work a little bit with the hips, stretching them out and strengthening them. So things you might need, you could grab some blocks. Um, you might want to grab either a blanket or a towel, roll it up. But we're going to go ahead and start in tabletop position. So coming into tabletop, and we're just going to take and we're going to go back into child's pose and then come on up into a tabletop. So really focusing on warming up the hip joints here. Going back and forth for a few more times. And then last one, and then we're going to meet back in tabletop. All right, meeting back in tabletop. We're going to take and you're going to tuck those toesies under. Push it back into a downward facing dog. Drawing the hips back, spiraling the thighs inward. Head in between the shoulder blades or the shoulders. Taking and bringing that right foot inward slightly. Nice big inhale, drawing that left leg up, and then bend it so that your foot is behind your bottom. And we're going to go ahead and draw circles with the knee. Can be either counterclockwise or clockwise. Just further warming up the joint. And then go ahead and plant that left foot in between the hands. All right. You can do this one either from the low lunge position or you can bring it into a high lunge. I'll show you that here in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and start by drawing the hips back towards the heels, coming into half split, bringing it back into a low lunge. Now, if this is a little too hard on your knee or you have knee issues, you can go ahead and bring it up to standing and coming into a high lunge. And then you could bring it back into a pyramid. You could also step it inward slightly, depending on your stance. Everybody is different. Doing it a few more times. Last time. And then when we get back to that lunge, you're going to bring both hands down by the feet, step it back, go all the way back into that downward facing dog. And we're going to repeat that on the opposite side. So inhale, drawing that right leg up, bending at the knee, and then drawing little circles with the knee. All right, bringing that right foot in between the hands, planting that left knee gently. You're going to come back towards the heels and then towards the top of the mat. Inhale as you come into lunge. Exhale as you come back into that half split. Doing it a few more times. All right, we're going to tuck that back toe under. You're going to take and we're going to step that right foot back to meet the left. Again, coming in downward facing dog. All right, we're going to either quickly step in between the hands, or you're going to go ahead and hinge the knees. Think like a spring. Engage the core and hop. In between the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. So just as important as opening up and strengthening up the hips, it is also equally important to loosen up the hamstrings. So hold and breathe. You can sway side to side. You can even grab the elbows. I'm going to go ahead and plant my hands down. Just a personal preference. All right, inhale, come all the way up. We're going to take and we're going to place our hands by our heart space center. So bringing the hands to the heart. Nice big inhale. We're going to take and lift that right foot. And then you're going to step it back, coming into high lunge. So when in high lunge, your knee should be directly in line with ankle. You should be able to see your toe, your big toe, just outside the knee. We're going to take and we're going to drive that right hip towards the front of the mat, drawing the tailbone down and lengthen up through the spine. Hold and breathe. All right, we're going to take and plant the hands down. So you're going to plant the hands down, and then we're going to take and we're going to draw that right foot up, and then bring it to center. Up. Bring it to center. 2 more times. And then bring it back to center. And then you're going to leave your right hand planted, and we're going to open all the way up, coming into a twist towards that left leg. Should feel a nice little stretch along here and on the inside. All right, bringing that left hand back down, step it back, downward facing dog. All right, bringing the feet in slightly. You're going to step quickly or hop in between the hands. Act like somebody has a string around your waist and is pulling you up if you're hopping. And then gently plant the feet, halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands come back to heart space center. We're going to draw that left leg up and then bring it back. Plant very gently, coming into our high lunge. Hands come up. Hold and breathe. All right, bringing the hands down on either side of the foot. Coming back, downward facing dog. We're going to bring that right leg up, drawing it in, up, bringing that leg into the center. 2 more times. Drawing in, up, and in. All right, bringing the foot back down. Downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. We're going to take and bring the feet slightly inward. You're either going to step very quickly or hop in between the hands. Halfway lift, forward fold. Lots of forward folds today. All right, we're going to walk the feet out just wider than the hips. You're going to turn the feet out so that the toes are aiming out towards the sides of your mat slightly. Come down, coming into garland's pose. Hold and breathe. Bring in the elbows so that they're stretching out those hips. Elbows are on the insides of the legs. You can either rock back and forth or statically hold garland's pose. Either way. All right. So we're going to do what's called garland's pose to forward fold. It's a little exercise you use, one, to warm up the hips, and two, to increase core strength. So we're going to go ahead and bring the feet slightly inward. So we're narrowing our garland's pose a little bit. And then you're going to, as you exhale, stand up and then sit back down into garland's pose. Exhale, stand. Inhale, sitting back down. Stand. Inhale. Exhale. It's not a very graceful movement, but it's very effective. Two more times. Last time. Hold and breathe. All right, we're going to come up into that forward fold, walking the feet inward, deepening that forward fold just a little bit. Halfway lift, planting the hands down, bending the knees, step or hop back, downward facing dog. Nice big inhale. We're going to draw that right leg in so that the knee meets the elbow and the right ankle meets the left wrist. Plant the right leg down, settling into pigeon. Lengthening through the spine. All right, exhale, bringing the chest towards that right leg, dropping it down on the forearms, deepening the stretch in the hip. If you feel like you go a little further, you can also take and scoot that right foot up towards your or your left elbow and keeping the foot flexed to protect that knee. All right, coming back up on the hands, tucking the back foot under. We're going to bend the knees and then step all the way back into downward facing dog. Nice big inhale, left leg rises, and then bring it also back into pigeon. Same way you got there on the right side. Square those hips with the top of the mat. Exhale, drawing the chest towards that left leg. Come down onto the forearms. Allow the head to hang and settle into deepening your pigeon. Again, if you feel like you need to go into a deeper stretch, you can crawl that left foot out. Tucking the back foot under, slowly coming up onto the hands. We're going to come all the way back, downward facing dog. Bring the toes slightly together, and you're just going to come up on the tippy toes and then back down. Just adding movement into your downward dog. Focusing on loosening up those hamstrings. All right, we're going to come into plank, and you're going to gently lower all the way down. Taking and placing the hands so that they are just at the top of the mat, one hand stacked on top of the other. You're going to draw your left leg up, bending at the knee, and coming into half frog. All right, scoot that knee back down. Opposite side, so drawing the right leg up now. Coming into half frog on the right. All right, scooting that right knee back down onto the mat. We're going to take and place our hands directly underneath the shoulders. You're going to take it all the way back, child's pose. Opening up knees, sinking down into the hips, forehead against the mat. Walking the hands back up, coming back up out of child's pose. We're going to cross the feet at the ankles and then sit back. Taking it all the way down onto our backs. Nice and gently, however you need to get there. We're just going to take the hands, bringing them out by the sides, and you're going to take the feet about hip width apart and just windshield wiper the legs, side to side, nice and gently. All right, next time we come over to the left, you're just going to let them fall all the way over to the left side of the mat. For a nice, gentle, easy twist. Moving towards our Shavasana. Inhale, bringing the knees back to center. Again, back and forth, windshield wiper the legs. If you want to go slower, you can. And when you come back over to the right, exhale and drop those knees nice and gently over to the right side of the mat. Nice big inhale, bringing the knees back up. We're going to take and stretch them all the way out, coming into our Shavasana. So taking a nice big inhale through the nose. Just let it out of the mouth with a sigh. Another nice big inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, let your body further soften into the mat. Just allowing yourself to relax further and further with each exhale. And taking this moment to show yourself some gratitude for showing up today. On the next exhale, we're going to take and we're going to wiggle our fingers and our toes, allowing a little bit of movement to come back into the body. So you can either bring your head or bring your arms up next to your ears for a nice big stretch, or flex and point your toes. And then roll over onto your left side. And whenever you're ready, we're going to slowly push ourselves up nice and gently to a safe or to a seated position. The light in me honors and sees the light in every single one of you. This concludes today's practice. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.